Yeah, back. Damn, hit the frickin' wrong button. Shut the damn thing off. Got to frickin' restart. The camera's being a real pain in my ass. It's a phone cam. The thing does a great job of actually shooting them, and audio's good, video is good. It's the whole technical parameters after that. Pain in the ass. I don't control anywhere on how if it comes out like this on your screen, or like the long, like portrait mode, where it's your screen's this wide and that much of it's showing. I don't control any of that. It just does what it. Usually it's when it's shorter on memory, and the memory is got a 60 gig of guacamole megabyte SD card. That don't help. It sucks. I need to step up. That's what I need to do. It's nobody's fault but my own, and I take full responsibility. But anyways, back to where I flipped everything up. Yes. So we got this is it with the cover on. And the whole issue I'm having is, along with my upgrades I want to do with the Wi-Fi and computer hookup, make it a little bit better, and I want to have better outputs for it. Now I got better banana jacks and plugins and all that. But the big problem I have is I did not think I had a sheet over it, and the sheet just went to, I don't ever remember seeing a sheet do that before. It went to lint. It's just like you go to pick it up and it's just all little tiny fibers and they just crumble like to dust. It's crazy. But yeah, so it was like covered in that and powder, it looked like, on the inside, but it was all just dust. So yeah, that's an issue there. So I can keep that same top on, and then I got this to add to it. Yeah, real fancy, huh? But it at least covers up the holes. I can trim it. It doesn't need to be that long. I'm gonna get it where you guys, come on. What the hell is going on here? Pissing me off. There, maybe you can see something here. So yeah, that's the whole shooting match, and that's the cutout I need for my display. I haven't even showed you guys the display yet in the front. And again, I got a bunch more holes in the front, and where you're seeing on the, now the back side is the front for the power supply, and the old front where the vacuum unit display was, and control knobs and all that jazz, are the other way. So it's a bit bass-ackwards, but yes. So, and you can see now the actual unit. I hope I'll get you on it so you can take a good look at it. I know you've probably seen these before, but for just a little cheap pop-in unit, I cannot complain about it one iota. I've had very good luck with it so far, and I thought for sure I'd blow the thing up within a week or two of having it. But it's been very reliable. I actually really enjoy using it. And I left these hookups too, because I was going to use these for some voltages out also. And for me, this is always set up. That's why I had the sheet over it, because it's over on my other bench over that way. This is my main like bench desk area. All my tools and everything are out in front of me or behind me in my toolbox. Well, the grinder's right next to it, so that's why I wanted it covered. But yeah, so no grinder filings or anything got into it. It's just where that sheet just like, almost like if you ever got bleach on like something and then come back to get it. Yeah, something like that. But anyways, yeah. So it's the Dps50v20, 50 volt, 20 amp. That's max, 1000 watt output. Pretty sweet little gem though here. And you can see just for now I got my 2 banana outputs onto gator clips here. So got the indicator light, because with that being like 15 feet away from me, before I ever shut down for the night or go to bed or anything, I can always look and know that the unit, even if I go take a lay down for a half hour, I time out. I can look and just see the red light, and if it's on, then I know it's on. And it only comes on when the output is on. So, and as long as there's more than like 3 volts, and it just gets brighter as it goes up. Nothing real major. There's a resistor in there. But yeah, let me, I got it hooked up through the isolation transformer. I don't know how much I trust that. Yeah, it's a little better. So yeah, here's my, well, you guys seen it in the video there. The isolation transformer is right here. Yay! Got plugged in. Plugged here into that. So we'll turn it on. And we'll come back here. The face unit is on now. My only tiny complaint would be that the display screen is just small. It's quite small. The text gets quite small also. But that's because my eyes are a little bit bad too, so I really can't. Normal people would actually have no problems with it. So you can see you run through your parameters. It's off right now as long as it's red right here, and I hook it there so it's not a connection. And that's where I was last. I was doing a 14-volt battery or something. And you see the light is on. The light's on, but nobody's home. And it's got your VN on top. Or where is it? Nope, on the bottom. VN. That's the supply voltage coming out of the transformer, the B plus for the stereo. The old stereo setup. So that's my voltage in. And then this is the top is your other parameters for your voltage. And it's just a potentiometer. What do they call it? That's what the okay, got it hooked up. Yeah, the rotary encoder lets you adjust it, and you can adjust the finality or the resolution by just pushing in the rotary encoder, and it bumps it down the line from least significant, then it bumps to more, and then most significant. And I got a 19.2 battery on there now. I want to use that because I can throw some pretty good amperage at that for you guys too. Can you see? Yeah. The green light here is on, and my red light here is on, so then you know it's on. What did I say, 19.2, so 20. 2015 is fine. Go to amperage. See, we can boost it right up. My wires here, if you can see, they're a little strangly. No, they're a little bit scraggly. Yeah, anything over 3 amps, they don't tend to like that too much. But you'll just start getting warm. 3 amps, yeah. 4 amps is issues with that. You can see right there, just simply 54 watts. So it goes up to 1,000 if it has the right input voltage and the right current coming into it, and the right filtration too for it to work right. So this thing, I like it for it's a buck type regulator setup. I've seen you'll see them online. People that show to hook up the Wi-Fi and all that. If I don't get a chance to get to it, it's pretty neat, pretty easy interface, and it opens up it just opens everything right up for this. You just set it for on, off, and yeah, run it right through the computer. You know, ease of access, I guess you could call it. But and you can see down, this is the little unit, and like I say, it came in the little fancy box here. You know, it's about the size of my crinkled up hands. Not the size of that, you know. Comes in power supply came in here, and the actual the display came in here. You can see where the knob hole sat upright, and the board sat in here. So nice little packaging unit. Like I said, that's plastic there, so that'll last a long time. And this unit is also that the buck unit. Then coming into it, it's going to be hard for you to get a real good look at it. You run it for a while there, you start having issues with it heating up, which then the fan will kick on. It doesn't even stay on that long, so I have not had much heat coming out of this yet. The most issues I've had with heat is from the transformer, and that's with it sitting for an hour or two. It doesn't even have to be running, just this running here. The actual power supply unit not even up and on, and it gets warm. It's a transformer. That's what they do. They're happy when they're warm. So that's about it. Simple. You got your two positive, negative V outs right there. You know it's a step down buck because the big toroidal core there. When I test it, it does show diodes. I don't know which one. Oh, it might be that. Is that a diode right there? I can't see down in there. No. I just can't tell. No, it looks like a capacitor. And I can't see what's next to it to tell me. Oh, is that a D? Yup, DT, so I believe that's a diode there. Yeah, that's the output diode. It shows up when you measure your output, when you put your sticks across it to measure it. Again, my hand's here, so you can see how small the unit is. But yeah, quite a sweet unit. So, been waiting to do a video on this. I kind of want to go through and do the upgrade. So, what I left the startup circuitry with this, which is what you got to, unless you're gonna, that's over here. It's got a little transformer right there, and that's a startup circuitry or protection circuitry, and you'll hear that click in when you first turn it on, and when you shut it off, you'll hear it finally, it'll doink drop out once the capacitor, I believe the capacitor charge might flow back to it. No, it's probably that little one, I'll bet. But yeah, that's about it. Maybe if I can figure out what's going on with these and hooking these up, unless it's just super boring, then I won't bother you guys with it. Alright, imagine my battery's gonna start getting pretty warm here. Pumping some juice to it. Pumping 3 amps into it. Yeah, it'll get warm pretty quick. So we don't need to do that. Now the light is still on even though it's off here because the battery's hooked up and the battery has its own voltage that's feeding back to here. Not into the unit. Like I said, the unit has... Now you see it go out because I disconnected the battery over here. So, yeah, I want to add to this and do it a little fancier, make it look a little better, clean it up, get it so there's not so many holes for dirt and dust, especially where it's at in my den here, getting all dirty and nasty. But pretty sweet unit. I want to say it was like $57 at the time, and that was the big best unit that they had out at the time. I don't even think they had the 120. They got a, what is it, a relay board or something? If I remember right, it's a relay that runs off of something like this, a display similar to this. You hook your mains through it. But yeah, the one thing I did read in the book here that I want to bring a note to you guys is the unit here is only good for 120 volts. It's actually funny. 240 volts, it says the input must be DC power supply, not AC 220 volts, or else it will be burnt too. Woo! Burnt too. That's me, you, and all of us will be burnt. Get your asses branded for that one. Oh, that's funny. I love that. But yeah, 2 pages of the Chinese or hieroglyphics, we'll call it, and then a little bit of Chinglish going on, but you can understand it. You know, it's not Not rocket science tree. Yeah, fair enough. It doesn't say anything about the Wi-Fi module or that, so I'll have to look into that some more. I forget the parameters on that for now, but I will let you go. I apologize about that interruption there earlier. I fumbled, hit the wrong button, and shut everything down. But that's what I do, fumble. So I really appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out my videos. Every single person, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, and hope you have a great day. Thanks again.